Story of my life, I digress. That guy goes fast. So I wrote this song in the glove box light of my dad's Honda Element many years ago. My dad just got divorced for his second time. Him and my mom got divorced when I was 3, and they used to drop me off, pick me up in a town called Beardstown, Illinois. And then when it wasn't there, it was in another small town, and they all had these corn festivals. That's how, because I'm from Illinois, corn's a big deal. And they all had Dairy Queens, and they all went next to rivers, and they couldn't figure out the rivers flooded. So I don't know what happened in the Midwest. They're like, hey, let's move next to a river, and let's be really surprised when it floods after it rains. So this town kept flooding, and eventually they figured out instead of like building maybe levees or dams, they just moved the town legitimately 200 yards higher ground. And they left all the old shit. They didn't knock it down, just left it there. And so I played a show in this town, and we drive into town, there's this old Dairy Queen where I used to get dropped off and picked up. And every time I sit there and wait for hours, both sides. Just because life is the way life is. Anyway, I remember as I got older and I came back to this town, I just remember how old it got, and how the cars got old, and the corn silos got old, and that Dairy Queen had flood lines on it. And I wrote a song called Beat It Broke Downtown. And what was cool for me was I got to play in this town. The very first time I ever played on a big stage. And I say big stage, and you'll appreciate this. It was a fold-out semi-stage. But it was a big stage for me at the time. And it was, well, it's bigger than this. But it was a big deal to me because I was playing in that town. And I was playing with Bart Crow. He was a guy from Texas. I love the song right now. And it was just really neat. And I was leaving that town and I thought to myself, what's it like growing up in a town like that? What's it like having that experience of a town aging? And mind you, when a town ages, it stops. A town doesn't age in the sense that it gets older. A town sticks to the last year that it was cared about. A building sticks to the last year it was cared about. A car sticks to the last year it was cared about. It lives in that space forever. It doesn't get better. Like if you take care of a car forever, it stays young. The car looks like it does when it was new. But the day you forget about it, the day you stop caring, it stays there. And that's what this town did. That part of that town. And I wrote about this town, but from the perspective of a kid who grew up in a similar town about 20 minutes away, and who was love of a girl that used to live in that town when I was real little. I was small, tinier. I was never little, but when I was tinier. And I wrote the perspective of someone moving to Nashville, actually. Because Nashville now, I don't know how long anyone. Who's been in Nashville? You just said one person's been in Nashville? We need your poll. One person's been in Nashville. How many of y'all been in Nashville? How long ago did you start going to Nashville? I went to Nashville, and the first time I went to Nashville was in 1998. And there were 3 tall buildings. Right? The Mumbrian did go past the roundabout.
Right.
Like, it was a small town. I was working for Rodney Carrington as a stagehand.
Nice.
My dad was his concert producer. It was a small town. It was tiny. It still had that magic of you might get found. It still does. Nashville still has it, but it's spread out. Now it's on the outside of Nashville. Broadway's a place to visit. Nashville.
No, I'm good.
is a place of magic. It'll make sense if you go there. Anyway, this is called Beat Up Broke Down Town. It's really about the magic of the town leaving. Hope you all enjoy it. In a little town where I grew up, we got beat up buildings and broke down trucks. Hit streets fold up when the sun goes down. Except on a two-lane road and out of time. And I love you, and you love me. And you said there was more we had to see. And now the big things you wanted to do, you can let me stand in your review. But those city lights can't hold you the way I can. Someday you'll be missing the lips on your skin. If you ever change your mind, you know where I'll be found. This beat up, broke down town. Got a new stoplight that's always flashing red. Flashing just like the memories playing in my head. And those big old city buildings, you shut up and touch the sky. Tell me, baby, can you even see the stars at night? And those city lights can't hold you the way I can. Someday you'll be missing the lips on your skin. If you ever change your mind, you know where I'll be found. In this beat up, broke down town. In this beat up, broke down town. So city lights can hold you the way I can. Someday you'll be missing the lips on your skin. If you ever change your mind, you know where I'll be found. In this beat up, broke down town. In this beat up, broke down town. In this beat up, broke down town. Two on the road, Dairy Queen.